Welcome to Brother Owl's Garden. I'm Brian, and I honor your presence here today. You may have heard it said that we don't see the world as the world is, but instead, we see the world as we are. The reason for that is because we project from within ourselves upon the external manifest world that we inhabit now. We are projecting essences and elements of our own stuff onto the world. The world is the world, but how we experience it is based on how we interpret it. And how we interpret it comes from what is within us, because we have projected it onto the world. You know, the universe generally has one response to whatever we emit or project into it, whether it be intention or thought or affirmation, declaration, prayer. Whatever we send out into the universe generally has one response. And that response I like to call the short order cook. Got it, coming right up. Whatever we want to write on our short order ticket to the universe and spin it on that little clip, the universe only says, got it, coming right up. In other words, okay, as you wish it. So the universe reflects back to us, meaning the aspects of us, many of which are in our blind spots, as I've once mentioned before. Things that we may not see. And therefore we feel threatened or triggered or offended by them. If there was no such issue as those things within us, they wouldn't trip off any alarms within us. And you know, think about a time when you were truly feeling happy, even if it was momentary in passing. A time when you had a really, really genuinely happy moment or day. What was your impression of the world at that time? I don't even have to really ask you, because I can bet you that it was two things. Number one, no problem. I don't have any problems or issues with the world right now. And number two, you probably weren't even thinking about the world too much. You were just reveling in your inner joy. And you were projecting that out onto the world, which then smiled back at you. Because the universe only says, got it, as you wish. And then there's those days that are awful, where we're just in a funk, in a very dark, heavy, awful place. And then, what are your thoughts of the world? I bet you were thinking of the world a whole lot more. And I bet you were thinking of the world as a whole lot worse. Yet the world was the same world on both days. But we weren't. And that proves this simple point that I'm making today. We don't perceive the world as the world is. We perceive the world as we are. It may have been Anais Nin that said that first. I'm not positive. But it rings true for all of us, regardless of whoever may have pointed it out first. So if you want to see a better world, tend your own inner world. Tend your own garden within. Keep things beautiful there. And you will radiate that out and project that upon and imbue that into the world and the people around you. And suddenly you will find you are creating and attracting magic. Because you're magic. It's all coming from within you. If we are brave and authentic and responsible and willing enough to take ownership of our experience of life and the world around us, we can then begin to consciously shape it, influence it, and create a brand new experience of it within the realm that we are able. I am not one of those people who believes we literally create everything. It is all literally created by ourselves. I'm not on board with that yet. I may change someday, but that's not where my understanding is now. But what I will say is, we create our experience of the world for sure. And for that, we are responsible. So to the best of our ability, create a beautiful world within yourself and watch it radiate out onto everything around you. Because we don't see the world as it is. We see it as we are. Thank you for stopping by Brother Owl's Garden today. And always remember to abide in thankfulness for your highest good in the most benevolent outcome of the divine will.